After 9 chaotic seasons as Fiona Gallagher, Emmy Rossum needed a director's chair and a few baby strollers. From early life to prestige TV to real-life plot twists, here's what's been going on with the star of Shameless. Rossum's story before Shameless shows how she built the career that came next. She began performing at age 7 in the children's chorus at the Metropolitan Opera, sharing a stage with legends and learning discipline the hard way. 8 shows a week, precise cues, the whole deal.
I started when I was 7 and 8 for the children's chorus, and they used to teach us all these new arias.
That training gave her confidence with big emotional material. By her teens, she'd shifted to acting with early TV credits and breakout film work, holding her own opposite heavyweights like Sean Penn in Mystic River and Jake Gyllenhaal in The Day After Tomorrow. Even back then, she could swing from Oscar dramas to blockbuster spectacles. Her real spotlight moment came at 18 with The Phantom of the Opera, showing off the voice that later fueled her albums Inside Out and Sentimental Journey.
There are 12 songs on the record, and each song reflects a month of the year and takes you on a kind of journey through all the seasons of the year.
When Shameless premiered in 2011, Fiona Gallagher became its emotional center. For 9 seasons, Rossum balanced chaos and heart, earning praise and a devoted fan base.
I'm not asking for your pity or your admiration. I just want to be able to give these kids everything that they deserve because they're great kids.
Her creative leverage on Shameless would shape everything that came next. Even while starring on the show, Rossum started testing the view from behind the Shameless camera.
I was like, I think I'd like to do that, and pick me.
She directed 2 episodes and then 1 for Animal Kingdom, but she didn't treat the jobs as vanity credits. She took them seriously.
Went to NYU and got a teacher and learned a little bit about cinematography and felt like I kind of knew a little bit more of what I was talking about, and then said legitimately that was something I wanted to do.
She clearly pulled it off.
Got another opportunity to do it, so that's really kind of empowering.
That momentum led to an episode of Amazon's Modern Love called So He Looked Like Dad. It was just dinner, right? About a young woman drawn to an older man who reminds her of her late father.
He's totally my dad. Even his smell. You smelled him?
Some critics weren't exactly thrilled. Decider even called it explicitly creepy. But Rossum saw something deeper. She defended the story and told People magazine, "It was a subject matter that was close to my heart, my father having not been in my life for the majority of it. I think when art gets an intense reaction, that's a good thing." And people have had wildly different opinions of the episode. The controversy showed she could handle emotionally thorny material and that she wanted to build entire worlds, not just inhabit them. At the time, only a handful of women were directing major cable dramas, so every success helped shift the balance.
Every rejection, every no was one no closer to a yes.
After years of starring in other people's stories, Rossum decided to tell her own. In 2019, she launched her production company, Composition 8, and signed a first-look deal with Universal Content Productions, the studio behind Mr. Robot. The move was both strategic and personal. Her husband, writer-director Sam Esmail, the creator of Mr. Robot, already had a deal there. Rossum explained on Facebook, "The opportunity to tell stories is a gift, and there has been no greater time than now for women to lead the charge. I am thrilled to be partnering with UCP to create opportunities for new and diverse voices." The president of UCP called her, quote, "an amazing talent and a force of nature." Through Composition 8, Rossum could finally develop projects she was personally passionate about. Composition 8 delivered early. Rossum executive produced the true crime podcast Alligator Candy, which earned honors at the New York Festival's Radio Awards. She also began developing scripted projects on parallel tracks, some to star in, some purely to produce. Back in 2017, Rossum married Esmail, and by 2021, their partnership expanded into parenthood. In classic Rossum fashion, she kept her entire pregnancy private until after giving birth to their daughter. Her since-deleted Instagram caption read, "On a sunny Monday morning at 8:13 a.m., we welcomed our daughter into the world." While guest hosting with Ryan Seacrest on Live with Kelly and Ryan, she shared a little about nearly giving birth in a car, saying, "My worst nightmare would be the baby coming out in the Uber. We were driving and were a couple of minutes away from the hospital, and I was fully in contractions. I didn't realize I was actually 9 centimeters dilated at that point, so real close." 2 years later, in April 2023, Rossum and Esmail surprised fans again with a son. Another stealth pregnancy revealed only by a photo of tiny footprints, with the caption, "On a foggy Wednesday morning, our son was born." During a 2024 appearance on Today, she said, "I love it. It's incredible. It's such a journey, a responsibility of figuring out what kind of world we want to leave for our children."
How do we help shape them and give them the tools to survive on their own, to be confident and to embrace their uniqueness?
Between playdates and production calendars, she's learned to balance deadlines and nap times with the same precision that once got her through 14-hour shooting days. Rossum's next transformation came with Angeline, Peacock's limited series about LA's mysterious self-made icon, the woman who turned herself into a brand via pink billboards long before influencers existed.
She has usually a singular control over her image, and she understood the power of her image decades before social media.
Rossum not only starred as Angeline, but also executive produced through Composition 8, with Esmail on board as producer. She told The Hollywood Reporter, "I, like many people in Los Angeles, was driving the streets for years seeing these billboards and was just so drawn to this iconic image and wondering, who is this woman? The more that I learned about her, the more mystery there was with her. How can you be so known and yet so unknown at the same time?"
She doesn't give selfies for free, guys.
Wow.
She charges $50 for a selfie, and if you want the fan, she covers her face with the fan, but if you want the fan down, it's more.
Becoming Angeline required superhero-level endurance, 7 hours in prosthetics, PVC corsets, towering blonde wigs, and sky-high heels.
And there were moments where I was like, this is physically and emotionally harder than my 26-hour unmedicated labor.
Critics praised the vulnerability beneath the gloss, one of her boldest turns since Shameless. Angeline doubled as a statement of intent. Rossum could carry a show as both star and architect. After Angeline, Rossum developed 3 Women, based on the best-selling book. She championed the project since 2019, drawn to its frank, female-driven storytelling. With a strong cast attached, Showtime fast-tracked it straight to series. No pilot required. Then came corporate whiplash. As Showtime merged into Paramount+, the finished series was abruptly canceled before release. But Rossum and her partners didn't accept that ending. They shopped it fast. Starz swooped in, and the show finally premiered in 2024. The save reinforced her reputation as a producer who can land the plane in a storm. It was proof she can navigate the business side, fight for the work, and win. By the time 3 Women aired, she was juggling producing, parenting, and prepping another performance. Proof she thrives on controlled chaos. Next came The Crowded Room, Apple TV Plus's psychological thriller starring Tom Holland and Amanda Seyfried. Set in 1979, it follows a young man arrested after a shooting as an investigator digs into his past. Rossum plays his mother, a complicated woman whose choices ripple through his life.
And as the mystery unfolds, we learn more and more about his childhood and his past and what might have led to this crime.
Rossum discovered she was pregnant with her second child while filming the finale, and she leaned on her co-star for mom tribe support. She told E! News, "I'm so lucky to be supported by other moms. Amanda Seyfried is literally about to hold my hand on FaceTime through potty training. It is challenging every day, filled with infinite laughter and infinite challenge and infinite worry."
I'm lucky that I had Amanda Seyfried to bring me farm fresh eggs from her farm upstate and send me lots of happy pictures of her cows.
After a short break to focus on family, Rossum returned to her first love, live theater. In late 2024, she starred off-Broadway in Walden at New York's Second Stage Theater, playing one of 2 estranged twin sisters who are both NASA scientists. She told The Bear magazine, "I grew up in the theater, so I'm very comfortable, and I feel a great deal of belonging being part of a company. There's nothing more challenging or invigorating than live theater. It's a high-wire act every time."
Oh gosh, I hope they laugh and cry and want to have a drink with us.
Her pre-show routine was part athlete, part artist. 15 minutes of yoga, 15 minutes of vocal warm-ups, then a hearty steak dinner. She went on to say, "I know other actors have light meals. I'm not that gluttonous in normal life, but I guess I need that level of protein and adrenaline to get juiced for a show." Discussing her stage experience, Rossum added, "There's no editor to save you on stage, and that's terrifying and thrilling. Everyone is seeing me, warts and all, from every angle at every moment. There is nothing to hide behind, and that's ultimately what I'm trying to embrace at this moment in life. No retakes, no safety net, just the charge of an audience and the thrill of sticking the landing." By early 2025, Rossum was on to her next act, a noir-inspired project mixing suspense with creative control. She signed on to produce and star in a new Hulu series based on the 1987 thriller Black Widow. The reimagined story follows an FBI agent tracking a seductive killer who marries wealthy men and, well, gets rid of them for their fortunes. Composition 8 is producing, which keeps the decision-making close to home. By June, Variety confirmed Rossum would lead the cast, joined by Scoop McNairy as an NYPD detective and Lola Pettigrew as the charmingly lethal antagonist. With the help of New Girl creator Liz Merriweather, the show promises tension with bite, a cat-and-mouse story with a modern twist. After years of playing women surviving chaos, Rossum now gets to craft her own next chapter, one where she's both storyteller and sleuth, building layered, ambitious stories under her own banner.